What's up to all you marks out there, and welcome back to the Exposed Turnbuckle. My name is Patrick. I am special guested by the Mac Attack tonight.
What up?
We are donning the Celtics. Celtics prevailed Game 7.
Works. Boston
Thank
Celtics.
God.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, you like that? Boston Celtics. Not choreographed.
Not at all.
Not
It's
at
too
all.
late to be choreographed.
So yeah, pretty much we had the game on the laptop. Pretty much tuned into that while occasionally taking notes on Raw.
It was a tough one to concentrate.
Yeah.
You got tight there for a second.
Didn't
Celtics
really
win,
miss much.
baby.
Celtics did win. Kelly Olynyk.
Kelly Olynyk,
Beast.
sunshine.
Kelly Olynyk, beast. All right, so back to the Raw. This Raw was good. The Raw, it was another chug along. It felt it progressed the storylines. Not a lot of too exciting things. We did see a Goldust heel turn. We
That was
saw
random.
we saw a Apollo Crews heel turn.
Like kind of a heel turn.
It was
Not
a heel
not
turn.
like a full-fledged one, but he's like fuck Enzo like the entire roster does.
Be like, don't be posting selfies on my boy. I
Yeah.
mean, like, Titus isn't my brother, but you don't do that shit to him.
Basically is how that went.
All right, so
actually, before we get in, we should probably tell the people why it's dual for this
Oh, so we're doing dual because I am currently in the midst of changing jobs, coming back up to the city. So I was just like, well, I have all this vacation time, so suck it.
And we're going to SmackDown tomorrow night.
SmackDown Live, Manchester, New Hampshire. You guys up here, if you guys see us, make sure you guys say hi. Very friendly. We want to talk to you. It would be great to see some actual fan interaction at a show. This is our stomping grounds. You know we have to be there.
Yep.
We're going to be at the Boston pay-per-view later on this year. So pretty excited for that. Excited to see my boy KO take on Styles one more time. Ultimately, it would probably end up AJ Styles would probably end up getting the upper hand on Kevin Owens tomorrow night, which would lead into a Kevin Owens win, hopefully, for pay-per-view. So let's get into the actual show.
Well, before that, so you do know.
We're never going to get to the show.
So we do know. Tonight's review and tomorrow night's review will be dual reviews, and that will replace. There will be no Battle of the Brands this week. This will just be in place of that. So no video Wednesday, and then back to regular schedule for the rest of the week.
Yeah, right now I'm out in the country. He's up in the city. Me and my girl will be moving to the city next month, so you will see more dual videos like this. Hopefully it'll be better content because I enjoy doing. It's hard
As do I.
It's hard cutting the Raw reviews and the Smack, especially if the show isn't good. So then I have to hype myself up, get excited for the show by myself
At 11 at night.
Yeah.
Well, for me, and then for you, it's like 2 in the morning.
Yeah, so I'd have to come home from work, watch it till like 2, 3 in the morning, cut it. I'm just wicked tired. So the amount of enthusiasm is strictly for you guys. So, but this one was good. Not a lot of low points. Decent show. So basically, Raw opened up with a Braun Strowman segment, highlighting the Roman Reigns Strowman battle. Angle comes out and says that Strowman is now on the shelf. We already knew he was on the shelf, but they blame it on the ladder attack from Roman Reigns. He announces that we're going to have a fatal five-way to determine the #1 contendership to face Lesnar, and it's going to be Seth Rollins, Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, Bray Wyatt, and Roman Reigns. So
basically, all their stars.
Yeah, so pretty much anyone with any kind of heavyweight contendership is in that match. Just a quick, they had to do some kind of quick patch. I mean, losing their big push guy at this juncture probably wasn't in the plans, so they're going to have to work around that. But like I said in previous reviews, Raw does have a lot of big stars, so even though that it hurts, they do have enough pieces to move it along where they can just kind of shuffle along until Strowman comes back. So as he's announcing it, Roman Reigns comes down, not wearing any protective, not wearing any bandages, although he's wearing bandages later, which I will complain about later. Comes down and he says that you don't need a fatal five-way because
It's the second time you called it fatal.
Fatal five-way because Reigns is the #1 contender. This is his yard. He beat The Undertaker. He sucks Vince's cock every night. He's doing all
Didn't
this
mention
stuff.
that.
No, he definitely did. It was an undertone. It was a quick little line. If you guys didn't catch it, go back and watch it. Just kidding. Don't actually look for that because you'll be looking all day and you'll be like,
You don't
Patrick,
want.
what the hell are you
You
talking
do not
about?
want that part of your order history. Or order history. Search history.
So then
Too much.
we had Finn Balor coming out. Again, he spits the same promo he did last week to Rollins, saying that he never lost the Universal title and that the line starts with him. And then we cue to Samoa Joe. And Samoa Joe, actually, I like this part the best. Starts talking about action and result. Starts talking about action. He used the Coquina clutch on Rollins. The result is Rollins is laid out. Action, he enters the fatal 5-way match. Result, he wins. Just like short and sweet, and they're building him up really nice. You don't have to do too much. Kind of the same way that they should have started with Roman Reigns. Like the way that Samoa Joe is being written, I feel like Reigns should have the same kind of writing for him as well. Then we cue Wyatt. And Wyatt says everyone in the ring is going to back down, run away, all that jazz. Rollins comes out, and Rollins says that New Jersey didn't come for all of this talking garbage, that they came to fight, and then Samoa Joe and Rollins just end up breaking out fighting. Finn Balor somehow gets laid out in the middle of the ring, so he's out of the picture for a minute. Bray and Reigns start fighting. Balor gets on the offense, hits a double drop kick, hits a sling blade, and hits that Sammy flip over the top rope on Reigns and Rollins.
The train was late for.
Yeah, Jay pointed out. He's like, well, you have to look because Reigns actually had to hustle back into position just to catch him.
But you did. Credit.
So we end that segment with Finn Balor standing tall in the ring, and I think that this will be the #1 contender. It would just make sense because Strowman is out for 6 months. It's an unplanned. You have your big title guy who got on the shelf. Balor got screwed on his first run. I imagine that they don't have really anything lined up, so just let Balor run with it for a little while. Get his rematch thing out of the way. Let him hold on to it for a little bit. See how it goes. This would be the perfect time to experiment with Finn Balor.
You can't, I know they want Reigns versus Lesnar at Mania, but you really can't have Lesnar have it for the entire time. It's stupid. So have Balor win it. Then if he wants to drop it to Reigns as you get closer to Mania, maybe at the Rumble, that's fine. And then have Reigns versus Lesnar for the title then. But you need to kind of get the Universal title back on the show. Overall, I thought the promo was okay. I'm not a huge fan of multi-person promos like that where there's 6 people. It ended in a brawl, which was pretty expected. Not bad. I do agree with you that Samoa Joe had the best one out of the 5. I think Seth Rollins did a really good job too, getting the crowd pumped up. But your typical Raw opener.
All right, then we cut back from commercial, and Reigns, Rollins, and Balor are bickering in the back. Angle says that we don't handle shit like that no more. We handle shit in the ring. And so it's announced that Rollins and Wyatt will face off, and Balor and Reigns will also. And Reigns and Balor was actually a really good match. Next up, we had the Hardy Boys come out. Pretty much, they're they're an attraction. That's really all they are. It feels like they weren't brought back to wrestle. It just seems like the same thing. This time, Jeff didn't take on Cesaro. He took out Sheamus. Quick match, notable botch. Sheamus.
Spoiler for the hot spots and total flops.
Yeah, right. Be on the lookout for your ginger friend. But so basically what happens is Cesaro is on the apron distracting. Mac doesn't appreciate that. He knocks Cesaro off the apron. Sheamus tries to hit him with a brogue kick. Comes about 6 to 8 inches short of Matt's face.
Hits his hand, actually.
Sheamus seems stunned that Matt wouldn't even sell that. And so he just kicks him in the midsection. He falls off.
No running start.
Just an anger kick. Just like a straight, how you would see an 8-year-old girl just shin some kid on the playground. Then what happens is Jeff Hardy hits a Twist of Fate, Swanton Bomb, and they win. Basically, just slowly progressing. Like, I'm really just sick of the singles tag team like interactions. Like how many you can't, we saw Jeff Hardy, Cesaro.
Just throw them in a tag match and have it end in like a count out or DQ or something. Like,
Yeah,
just
I mean,
have a tag match. Like at this point,
it just wasn't.
they
It's
need
not
to
entertaining.
defend it on the show a little bit. I know SmackDown for a while defended tag team titles like every other SmackDown. It was made the title important until they just shit on it completely. But they need to defend these titles on the show. Obviously, the Intercontinental Championship's coming up. We'll talk about it, but I would like to see these titles defended on the show. It doesn't have to be strictly saved for pay-per-view.
Yeah, I mean, like, it feels like WWE is using a lot of people as just attractions, and a lot of if you're going to, I know they're waiting for the broken shit to fizzle out, so they're pretty much just milking time until they give up the belts to Cesaro and Sheamus, then they do the broken thing, and so on and so forth. So waiting for that, and that's good, but still, we're here now, and
I would expect a title change shortly.
It's overplayed, so it's time to give Cesaro and Sheamus the belts, let them run with it, let Jeff and Matt do their singles run, and just be done with this feud. Then we had a redemption match, and we had Sasha Banks going against Alicia Fox, and if you didn't catch it last week, it was a really quick match. Sasha just jumps off the top rope, hits the double knees on Alicia, then they had the controversial finish where Sasha really got the shoulder up, but the match ended anyways. This was pretty much the same outcome, except it was the other way. It was kind of like, it seemed to me kind of botched. So basically what happened is quick offense on both. Alicia Fox hits a scissors kick to the back of Sasha. Doesn't really immediately pin her and just lazily covers her for a 3. So one, it makes Sasha look weak as shit for not recovering when she had a little bit of time to recover from that. And then you just give a win right back to Alicia Fox. I don't know why these two matches occurred in the first place. Could have let it run a little bit more. I guess you're just pitting.
Kickoff.
Yeah, you're just pitting Miss Attitude against Miss Attitude, I suppose. But
and Noam Dar.
Yeah, and Noam Dar.
And the puppy dog.
Noam Dar.
And somehow this was not the worst match of the night.
It wasn't, unfortunately.
Yeah, there's another one. You went to the bathroom and you're like, tell me what happened. I'm like, it's done.
Literally, as the bell rang, I was just like, I'm going to the bathroom, tell me what happened. Literally didn't even have time to drop my pants, and Jay was like, match is over.
Match is done.
What the hell?
We'll get to it.
All right, next up we had the IC match between The Miz and Dean Ambrose. Pretty much was your standard Dean Ambrose Miz match. A lot of back and forth. Had a lot of close falls. Ambrose kicked out of the skull crushing finale. Ambrose was on the top rope. Maurice was standing in the way, protecting her man, and then Ambrose didn't really care. Jumped. Maurice got out of the way. Ambrose hit his flying elbow. The end was.
By the way, you missed it.
The ending was Maurice was distracting on the outside. Miz was creeping in for that low blow, that dirty heel low blow. Ambrose catches it. Pretty much just gives him the no thing. Kicks him in the balls. Ref catches it. Miz wins by DQ. What did you think of that?
I thought it was the match of the night. There's a couple good ones, I mean, the main event was alright, but Roman Reigns' Balor match was good, but I think this one was the match of the night. You had a lot of close calls, and you didn't really know what the finish was going to be with this one, which I liked. A little unpredictable. I kind of thought the Miz might win, but I don't mind going this way because it should lead to Miz winning at Extreme Rules, which was announced later in the show as title can change hands on DQ if Ambrose does get DQ'd at a pay-per-view called Extreme Rules, so figure that one out.
Yeah.
A pay-per-view that's supposed to be extreme and no DQ, but whatever.
Yeah, it's pretty much just another fill. It was curious that title match got moved right before the pay-per-view, and this really seemed the only way Miz had to get a win to maintain it, but he won by DQ, so there was no title change. So you have the Miz, reeling, but got the victory heading into it. I'm really just kind of done with Ambrose as the IC title. He's not doing anything relevant. I mean, I know the kids like him and stuff because he's crazy.
He's good at chasing.
Yeah, he's good. He should be like champion. He should be like he needs to find some crazy guy.
He's the male Bailey.
Yeah, just have just join the tag team division for a little bit. Just have do a Daniel Bryan Kane thing. Do a Hell No thing, or just have
team one.
I don't even know.
That's who would make sense?
Somebody. Sami Zayn. No.
R-Truth now.
You can't even do. Yeah, true. R-Truth.
No, I really thought this was a really good match. A lot of close calls, and a pretty good finish. I thought. I didn't like it at the start, but the more I thought about it, it was good. I almost expect Miz to win by almost like Eddie Guerrero style, getting Dean Ambrose disqualified. That's actually going to be my prediction for Extreme Rules. So during Extreme Rules, if it happens, come back to this video, and I said it. But I thought it was a good match. I thought it was definitely propelled the first hour. It was the highlight of the first hour for me.
Yeah, they did a good job of having blockbuster matches in different hour segments, so it kept you interested. So where you couldn't click away because as soon as the show starting to get crappy, they're just like, oh, big match, don't go away.
Yeah, one that they announced earlier, so you were kind of waiting for it.
Yeah, it was well done. They put in a lot of big plugs throughout the match, so you couldn't really just flip away. There were a lot of quick throwaway matches, but there were a lot of big. I think there were 3 main events.
You're never gonna have a Raw without filler. It won't happen.
It's 3 hours. That's a lot, dude.
Actually, I think this was it was a little bit later when people started saying it's a one show, which it wasn't. It's impossible to have a one show. Let's just get that out of the way.
If you're a wrestling fan, no show could ever be a one. As long as the show aired, it's an automatic one.
Yeah, the only way it could happen is if they just had Roman Reigns for 3 hours in the ring cutting his Looney Tunes promo. Yeah, I guess honestly, other than just doing this,
3 hours, 3 hours of this.
Yeah, and that's Vince's cock.
All right, next up we have the hottest girl in the WWE, Alexa Bliss.
Promo of the week, and definitely so far.
Yeah, dude. I mean, she totally owns that genre of my segment. But anyways, she comes out, and we're in New Jersey, so some New Jersey hatred is going to be showering over everybody.
Naturally. Sorry, New Jersey, but
yeah, you're just always gonna get shit on.
You guys get shit on I get shit on for being short. It just happens. Just deal with it.
Yeah, true. Next up, she says, Newark, New Jersey, the city of nope. And then she goes, the city that never... Nah, it's not that either.
Where dreams... No, that's not it.
And then she goes, Newark, New Jersey, the sweat gland of America. And you guys all know it. I mean, look at you guys. You guys are like the poster children of failure.
It doesn't help you guys have the Jersey Shore.
No, you guys are just...
Does not help.
You guys need, a good hockey team. You need some good football action.
You have the Giants.
Yeah, you have the Giants. So, every 5 years, you make Tom
Technically
Brady
not New Jersey. They have the Nets. Well, they used to.
Yeah.
You even lost the Nets.
Jay-Z stole your basketball team.
The only thing you had, the fucking Nets, and you lost them, too.
You do have legalized online poker, though. And for that, I am jealous.
Atlantic City.
Yes, AC, but Foxwoods all day.
That's because we don't want to drive to Atlantic City.
No.
Anyway, digressing. Digressing horribly.
Let's see.
Then with Bailey coming out.
Yep, Bailey comes out and she gives Alexa props for accomplishing anything and everything that she said. And she says she's invoking her rematch clause at Extreme Rules for the title. And then Bliss says that Bailey could never get Extreme. Tells Bailey to go back to the kiddie table and leave the title talks to the adults. Boom. Boom. Roasted. Literally nothing Bailey ever will say will cut as deep as that.
Which her reaction was pro.
So naturally, Bailey can't say anything to top that. So what does Bailey do? She attacks Alexa. And
which is good to see the aggression of Bailey.
Brawl spilled to the outside. Bliss got a hold of a kendo stick underneath the ring, starts beating the shit out of Bailey with it.
One hit.
Oh, all right. So
it was just a really good
connection. A vicious crack.
Right to the back of the head.
and Bailey is left a mess, which will lead into the promo later, which we will get into. But overall, it was good. Bailey just needs to step her game up. Alexa Bliss always brings it every week, and if Bailey is going to save her career, she's going to have to do it on her own. She fumbled a lot through her first few sentences. I don't know if she was forgetting her lines or if she's just not into her lines, but it's noticeable that she's not as fluent as Alexa is, and it's totally unfair. Honestly,
the promo battle is just not a fair fight.
She needs a manager. She needs some kind of talking.
I wouldn't go that far, but there's only so much you do with her character. She's like the PG character, so
like I wish Titus would have gotten a hold of Bailey rather than Apollo.
Yeah,
Crews.
Apollo Crews needs his own help too. So
yeah, maybe eventually Titus will extend the Titus brand to Bailey.
Just grab all the people who are way too happy for.
Just grab all the crappy faces.
Life is not that. Life is not that.
Just
happy.
reel them all into the Titus brand. Just be like Jay-Z and just buy everything.
I didn't think she did terrible, but. Like I said, there's not much you can do with her character to make it like exciting. Alexa Bliss can say so much more because of her character. Bailey's just like the happy-go-lucky, and you can only do so much. So, I mean, it's kind of the character. It is what it is.
I was out of the room for this Maurice Miz Angle promo.
Part of it, at least.
So you can cover that.
I
pretty much missed all of it.
Basically, the Miz complained that he didn't get the title after getting a low blow. Angle basically said, you make a good point, and then you get a rematch at Extreme Rules. Miz said, not good enough. And he wanted it, so Ambrose lost the title on a DQ. Angle ended up agreeing, and then basically said, don't talk to me like that again. And then Maurice started talking French, which actually led to a pretty funny thing, because Angle just started saying, like, the most standard French terms. Is like I don't speak French. He said something like gold medalist, freaking gold medalist, and then Maurice started talking French again. And goes oui oui oui, and it made me laugh because Angle's just such a ham for his entire career that it just works. And then the Drifter, who don't care about the Drifter.
I mean, like, it's cool that he just like keeps randomly, but he's been doing it for like a month now.
That's a hell of a paycheck, though.
Yeah, right.
He just has to show up one segment a week and just strum his guitar and
just like 2 chords for like $3,000 a week. Like, give me that job. I want to be the Drifter.
That's not bad.
Jesus,
even I can do that.
All right, so next up we had tag team action between Gallagher and Aries versus TJP and Neville.
A.K.A. the Cruiserweight division.
So Neville made TJP do the dirty work early. Neville comes in when Aries was down, doing the typical hot heel tag. The guy's down, so now it's my time to shine. Gallagher hit a cool sweeping side slam on TJP from the corner. As Aries delivered a discus forearm to Neville on the outside, TJP hit the detonation kick on Gallagher for the win. This was a semi-quick match. It was pretty decent. The heels got one-upped on, so Aries took out Neville on the outside, but while he was distracted, TJ Perkins snuck up a detonation kick on Gallagher, and Aries couldn't get back into the ring in time to break it up, and TJP gets the win, which gives them some steam, which Neville is happy about. And get into more of it later. There was a lot of like matches and then like extended promos like after. So it's hard. This review's kind of hard because it's just like, well, this happened, but this happened later, but I can't talk about it because that promo's happening later.
Yeah, it led to random promos later. Yeah.
So basically, it's another slow progression of the circle. It's like a triangle hate, but like Gallagher's just sprinkled in just to even up the odds. Like Aries just can't be on his own, so let's just put in Gallagher. It is kind of sad that none of the cruiserweights are getting spotlighted on the main shows. I personally don't really stay up to watch 205 Live, so I don't have any idea what any of their storylines are. Yeah, they need to make it like a pre-show, like. If you put it before SmackDown, all day I will watch it. But you put it after SmackDown, like I'm watching SmackDown, I'm cutting the review, like I don't have time. Like
plus, it would help Talking Smack. People may actually watch Talking Smack at 10 o'clock, not 11.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I just wish that like Mustafa Ali had a great match like a month ago, and then never heard from him again.
I haven't seen Tozawa in a long time too.
My girl loves that.
Yeah.
Not really though.
Not at all.
Hi, Brie.
Not
All
at
right.
all.
So we cut to the back, and Bailey's being treated for her kendo stick shot. Angle says that she's going to make. He's gonna give Alexa. He's gonna even the odds against Alexa a little bit. He's just gonna make it a straight match. And then Bailey goes, "Oh shucks! I mean, you can't just do that. That's not fair. I mean, if I'm gonna win, I don't want any excuses. Like all I have to do is believe in myself, and I'm gonna do it with a kendo stick." And then Angle goes, "All right, I'll just make it a kendo stick on a pole match." Sweet. Why can't you just?
It's almost identical to how that went, except for the belief part. It felt weird because it felt like Kurt Angle was like ganging up against Alexa. Like, oh, we'll show her. We'll give Alexa a taste of her own medicine. I'm like, you're the GM. You're supposed to be a little impartial.
Yeah, it's like it's okay, Bailey. You know, Big Brother's got your back, and it's like, no, Daddy, I don't need your help. I can do it on my own.
But give me a kendo stick.
Yeah, but we need a kendo stick.
I mean, it's the right gimmick match. They needed something. Alexa Bliss versus Bailey by itself, just kind of lame. It'll be good, but I think they needed a little something.
And stipulation matches always protect people, so whoever loses always gets protected in that way when you put stipulation type shit on it. If it was just a straight match, you know,
Someone's got to take the pin.
Yeah, Alexa would win.
Well, unless DQ.
Alexa would win. Bailey would get buried. Maybe at least this way, Bailey can get a little bit of credibility back.
Well, gimmick matches also end feuds, or are supposed to end feuds. So it makes sense. Alexa Bliss will probably win.
Who would you like to see Bailey face, though? I mean, because it doesn't look
after
like
this.
It doesn't look like Sasha is like. It doesn't look like that heel run is taking off anytime soon. She's barely getting spotlight. She's had
I don't know how they're
2
going to build
matches with Alicia Fox.
Unless they do like a tag team type thing where it's Sasha and Bailey versus Alicia Fox and Nia Jax or something. I don't know. I'm just throwing names out, but
Oh, no Nia Jax tonight, motherfucker.
but she's not like most girls.
She's not like most girls. I don't have to be on Raw tonight. Yeah, I'm not like most girls. Anyways, I love Nia Jax. I love Nia Jax. Oh, we're almost done. Wow, this was quick. All right.
Missed Goldust.
Oh, we did miss the Golden Truth. All right, so the Golden Truth, we're talking in the back. R-Truth is bummed that he felt like he let the team down last week. And
Don't worry, partner.
Yeah, Golden Truth, or Goldust is like, don't worry about it. You know, I was down once and you were there for me, and we're going to do this together, man.
I've got
Don't
your
worry.
back.
Yeah, I've got your back.
Yeah, foreshadowing.
Wink, wink, wink. Nudge, nudge, nudge. Next up, we had Finn Balor and Roman Reigns in a very good match. I thought that this was going to be the main event. I guess it makes sense because the last match had typical interference, and then we had the Wyatt domination at the end to end. But I don't know. I just kind of felt like, I guess the casual fans probably would have gotten mad if Reigns had signed off on Raw with a win. But so yeah, this was a pretty back and forth match. Reigns got really vicious. He was taking advantage of his size. He was throwing Balor around a lot. He hit him. He drove him into the post. Pretty much just picked him up like a kid and drove him in. And then he hit a vicious drive-by.
Superman punch.
Superman punch. Hit a vicious drive-by on Balor. Balor went up for the coup de grace. Reigns countered, knocked him off, and Reigns hit a wicked big spear.
Really good sell, too.
Yeah, Balor legitimately looked like he was injured. If you focus on Balor's face when he's on the mat, it literally looks like he's about to cry. So I don't know whether he might have cracked something for real or he definitely looked hurt. And if he wasn't hurt, he was selling the shit out of that. And good job to you. A lot of people may not like it, but Balor got the win over Reigns, so the big dog has to, you know, remain the big dog and get the clean random singles win. Ultimately, doesn't matter. to the storyline whatsoever because they're not going to feud or anything. But
Not going to take Balor out because he lost.
yeah, just gives Reigns a win back.
You'll see Balor get a win probably versus like Bray Wyatt.
Or at the pay-per-view.
Well, that too. Everyone's going to get like some sort of a strong...
Everyone's going to get their moment to shine.
Yeah, because there's a lot of time. Well, I guess there's not that much time. I guess 3 weeks till Extreme Rules.
Yeah. Well, next up, we have
they'll each get their moment.
The SmackDown one. Can't wait to go to that show tomorrow. Super pumped.
Yeah.
But let's just chug through the last of this.
Promo.
Cut to a Bray promo. If you ever watched any kind of Bray promo, that's pretty much what it was. Lots of cryptic shit. Says that it was Angle Show, Roman's Yard, but it's Bray's World, and he should channel into his true personality and run. Just run.
Pretty simple.
Golden Truth are coming into the ring. Our Truth is doing his what's up. He seemed to fumble with it in the beginning. And I saw on Twitter that Joe Cronin was predicting a R-Truth heel turn, when in fact it was a Goldust heel turn. So apparently Goldust is just tired of being a loser. He's tired of being irrelevant.
Makes sense. He's the only one who's done anything credible in singles.
Yeah, I mean, you can do stuff with Goldust. I never really benefited.
He's going to the Titus brand.
Yeah, for real. I know he's just Titus is just gonna have a squad of like randoms. Like he'll have his own welcoming committee of just like scrubs that nobody uses on Raw.
Yeah, it better be a better name.
The Titus brand.
The Titus brand. Yeah.
But yeah, so Goldust lays it to R-Truth.
Well, kind of. He hesitated at first,
and then he says, "That's what's up," and that is what's up. And thank God. It would have been cool either way if they had each. I would have liked to have seen them be featured in the tag team. I mean, it was just confusing to me that it kind of seemed like they spotlighted them a little bit last week, obviously to hype this heel turn, because if it had just randomly happened, I guess you wouldn't have cared that much because you've been like, oh, Golden Truth, oh, heel turn, like whatever. But so I guess it puts a little bit more emphasis on it, but. Yeah, I think that Goldust can do something relevant in the IC range or, something along those lines. But, yeah, it's good to see Goldust back on the market and doing big things.
No idea what they're going to do. Kick off.
All right, then we had Enzo and Cass come out. Enzo and Cass did their bit. Then Titus came out and imitated it. I don't really remember what he said. Was pretty clever.
Something about the Titus brand.
It was funny. He did the Enzo shimmy in the middle of the ring, and then
$1,200 shoes.
Yep. And so then he's announcing how Apollo is going to kill Enzo, and then Cass goes, "Well, that's not the match. You're fighting." Did he fight Enzo?
No, it's Cass versus Titus.
Oh, yeah. This is the one that I went to the bathroom with. And as soon as
this is the bad match of the week.
This is the bathroom match. As soon as I went to the bathroom after the bell rang, it was immediately over. So I guess what happened? So Enzo distracts on the outside. And Cass hit Titus with the big boot, and that's over. Then, as Enzo was bragging, taking selfies in the ring, Apollo Crews hits a enziguri on Enzo and fully aligns himself with the Titus brand. Obvious heel move. Maybe do it like a little bit more to be a heel.
I think it'll be a gradual heel turn.
Everyone likes to pick on Enzo. Enzo is just the punishment dummy of Raw. So this was a good person to feed off of. Yeah, Apollo just needs to do something. He's just fallen so far off the map, and actually, this Titus thing has actually propelled Titus way more than it has with Apollo. Like, he just kind of looks like he's dragging Apollo along when it should be the other way around, where Apollo Crews is riding high and Titus is riding on his coattails, when actually it looks like the other way around. So we'll have to see what that happens. I would like to see the Titus brand expand. I would like to see some kind of crappy squad.
Like 3MB and all those
Or like the
Social outcast.
Yeah, social out.
Yeah.
The chains are off.
Where's
the
Bo
chains
Dallas?
are off.
Where
Yeah.
is he?
Where the hell is Bo Dallas?
He needs to believe in the Titus brand.
He needs to believe in the
No
Wyatt
Anderson
family.
and Gallows tonight, by the way.
Yep, no Anderson and Gallows. Nia wasn't there. Alexa didn't even wrestle.
Well, they did their part.
They did their thing, but
she didn't need to wrestle.
Yep, Strowman out for 6 months. Balor was defeated by a injured Roman Reigns who was wearing his shoulder attire during the match, not when he came out for the opening promo. So this was just really all over the place. As WWE fans were expected to not remember anything from the past and just kind of enjoy it for what it is, and this is what it was. So then we had the main event between Seth Rollins and Bray Wyatt. Bray was on the offense for most of it. Bray hit a big chokeslam on Rollins on the guardrail. Bray hit a big clothesline on Rollins in the middle of the ring. And while they're fighting on the outside, Samoa Joe ruined the match. Samoa Joe and Bray Wyatt joined forces for a moment in the middle of the ring. Joined forces in the middle of the ring. And then once Bray gets tired of that, he delivers a Sister Abigail to Joe and then delivers a Sister Abigail to Rollins. And I think for the second out of 3 weeks, Bray is on top of Raw at the end segment and he's dominating. So overall, I just feel like I've lost a lot of steam in Bray Wyatt. His promos are obviously good. He does way too many of them for them to be special. His in-ring ability is kind of slacking a little bit. He looked very slow and sluggish against a much quicker and agile Rollins, so wasn't really a flattering matchup for him personally, but it was an alright match. Ultimately came down to a DQ. Samoa Joe is ruining Rollins' life. Anything that he does, Samoa Joe is always there. And this will be a good end to the feud. But overall, I would give this show a 6.
I mean, part of the reason, before we go into the ratings, part of the reason that Bray Wyatt's lost a little steam is because he doesn't have a feud.
That's true.
Like, in SmackDown, he had... Well, in SmackDown, he had the Randy Orton thing forever. So he really picked it up as it got going, and then at Elimination Chamber won it, and he still had the feud going.
Won it.
At Elimination Chamber, he won.
Yeah, with the help of Jinder Mahal.
Not Elimination Chamber.
Oh, yeah. Talking different ones. Never mind.
SmackDown. He won it. He had momentum, and he had the feud going. Now he's on Raw, which, honestly, I thought was a bad move to begin with. But that being said, now he's on Raw with a lot of people in that main event scene. A lot more people, at least. And he doesn't have a feud going. They started to do something with Balor, and then the Strowman thing happened, so they had to switch it up. So he doesn't have anything really going, so there's really nothing there for him to kind of put his teeth into. So I think it'll pick back up once he gets a legit feud, but for now, yeah. And you say 6?
Yeah, so, I mean, I would give, I believe I gave Raw a 5 last week. 5.5. I thought
I gave it a 3.
Oh, no, I gave SmackDown a 5 or 6 last week. So, yeah,
Raw was just an awful show.
Raw was terrible.
This
So if I did give it a 3, this one was definitely doubly better. There were, like I said, there were a lot of big name matches. Promos weren't too bad. A lot of the squash matches were predictable. So there was a high floor. So if you were interested, again, wrestling reviews are always subjective. There are a lot of wrestling shows and reviews out there that are just complete haters and then just want to bash it. But I try to focus on the good aspects of the show rather than the worst. When it comes to just straight a wrestling show, it was good. Good promos, good matches, not really a lot of sloppiness. You really only had the noticeable bro kick that was missed, but that was just because of a bad angle. A lot of botches come from super bad angles,
angle and no stuff.
Like the Gallagher headbutt. If anyone saw that today, that was a bad one. Literally just plunked it right into TJP's shoulder, not even close to his head, and it was just shown in plain view. Stuff like that, they should try to work on for a little bit, but now you're just being picky. So overall, I would give this a 6. It was enjoyable. It was taken away a little bit that we were focused so much on the Celtics game, which was close. Until Kelly Olynyk channeled into his inner goddamn Larry Bird and was just draining everything. He had 26 goddamn points
off the bench.
When is mark it down? Kelly Olynyk Game 7 went 10 of 14, 4 of 5 from the free throw, 26 points.
History.
Beast.
But anyway, back to Raw really quick. Some people give it like a 1. A lot of people give like 1s and 2s.
Someone gave the show on Twitter a 1. Not going to put you out on blast, Sasha's mouth blood, but I am going to put you a little bit on blast.
A little. You just completely called her out.
Put you,
or him.
Sasha's mouth blood is the guy. But so if you are a wrestling fan, I don't feel like no show could ever be a 1. I feel like the minimum that a show could ever run is a 3. Like, when I gave Raw a 3, I feel like that's the lowest you can give. Because, I mean, you have to find, in a 3-hour, 2-hour show, you're going to find at least 2 or 3 things that you did enjoy. So even if those were all, like, half points or points. Yeah, and, I mean, because we do the reviews, we are watching. But even if I wasn't doing the reviews, I was in tune with this. It was unfortunate that it was Celtics Game 7. So, yeah. And then we're going to have to call it in. Jay's going to go to work. I took off a couple of vacation days because they can suck it. And, yeah, I'm going to cut this review, maybe edit it a little bit. I don't even think I'm going to edit it. I don't think there are a lot of spots where I need to jump cut it. So I'm going to turn this off.
Well, shit, let me at least talk about it.
No, I'm not ending it. I wasn't ending it.
You were damn sure leading into it.
I was not going to end it. I was going to mention that if you guys don't play Rocket League, you guys should play that Rocket League.
We probably will play that before I go to bed.
We love the Rocket League. That 2v2 PlayStation 4, come at us, bro.
Sponsored on WWE, actually.
Rocket League.
Anyway, as I was saying, a lot of people give 1s and 2s, but really they base it off just one thing they didn't like in the show. So if they didn't like Roman Reigns winning, they're like, oh, automatically a 1. Actually, I think that might have been when it started to come out. And it actually goes the other way. Some people give shows a 10 if something happened that they really liked. But you have to grade it for its entirety. Each show is going to have bad. Each show is going to have really good. I actually agree with your ranking. I did think it was a 6 as well. It was above average, just above average, not too much further. The IC title match and the Balor-Reigns match really propelled it. Alexa Bliss had a great promo. There's some filler stuff, but that's to be expected on a 3-hour show. So I gave it a 6. SmackDown does have its work cut out for it to top it. Hopefully, since we're there, they will. But we'll see. I enjoyed the show, and like he said, it was a very distracting night. But we did our best to see both. So we had it on my laptop with Raw on the television with commentary. So I think we got a pretty good feel for Raw itself. So I gave it a 6. You gave it a 6. It was a decent night.
Yeah, just putting it out there, because we're going to a show, I really don't expect this rating for tomorrow's show to be anything less than a 5. So probably not.
It's always better live.
Yeah. My notes will probably be a little bit less because I'm not really going to take notes. I'm just kind of.
I hope not.
I'm just going to wing it, really. Just going to kind of pull up a random card from.
Well, I have it on DVR.
Yeah, we'll have the results, and then we can tell you about what happened, like what we actually see live, and maybe if there are dark matches and stuff like that. So we'll give you the inside scoop on tomorrow. And do you have anything else that you'd like to say before I hit them with the closer?
Nope.
And awesome input from my color commentator. And
I'm like the color commentator for Major League. Went to broadcasting school.
Bob, take over. Fly ball. Caught. They're going to send me back to Omaha, and I don't even live there. All right, so we are signing off for the night. We will be back after we come back from the SmackDown Live here in Manchester, New Hampshire. Like I said, if you guys see us, make sure you guys come out and say hi. Joe Cronin, I heard that you might be there. Hope I see your face there. That would be a good picture to get. So be sure to like this video, be sure to subscribe, and until next time, you crazy kids, see ya. Boom.